People that do these videos are so insufferable because they're very clearly miserable with their lives. And
you know what? I followed up with that chick for 7 years. When she told me no, even when she said she's not open right now, if someone says they're not open right now, it doesn't mean they're not going to be open in 4, 5, 6 months.
No is a no forever. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We've got some Farmasi on deck today, and this top leader I have never reacted to, but other people have, and she didn't like it.
Yesterday, I found out that I was featured in an anti-MLM YouTube video, which, to be honest, was actually a very exciting moment for me.
First things first, her caption on this video, the most insulting things anti-MLM haters say. She's the anti-MLM haters. We're not the anti-MLM haters. We love anti-MLM over here, as long as we're talking about multi-level marketing. Anyway, we're first gonna watch this short, reel, TikTok, whatever we're calling it, wherever she posted it. And then we have a DM strategy that she's teaching that we're also gonna react to.
People that do these videos are so insufferable because they're very clearly miserable with their lives. And
oh, you caught me.
Just kidding.
I'm not miserable. And I don't think any of the anti-MLM creators that I know are either. But interesting of you to jump to that conclusion with no facts to go off of.
they actually try to monetize their platform by just literally tearing apart how other people make money. I mean, can you imagine if I was like doing OnlyFans?
So, ma'am, we're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're not on Only. And if we are, no shade. I've thought about going on OnlyFans myself.
No, God, please, no!
Now, I haven't because I have kids, and the thought of them finding out that I've even thought about going on OnlyFans is traumatizing to my soul. But no shade to people who do OnlyFans. I think it's a legitimate way to make an income if that is what you want to do with your assets. Anyway, it's weird to compare the anti-MLM creator community or the anti-MLM community as a whole to fans creators, because yeah, we're creating content, but that's really probably the only thing that's the same. Imagine if I was, that's so diabolical to say. Like, did she rehearse this? Did she write this down? Did she talk to herself in the mirror about it first? She didn't hear how ridiculous that sounded.
Very extremely unbothered. It's actually quite flattering.
You're unbothered? This doesn't feel unbothered. This feels bothered.
I am not here to argue with people who clearly have their mind made up that I am some sort of grifter, scammer, liar. Really remind me of narcissists who are constantly just like picking apart your content and trying to use like gotcha moves.
You know what? They're not gonna gotcha me.
We don't try. We don't have to try to use gotcha moves because we get you every time. But that's besides the point. Calling us narcissists as a whole is a strong thing to say. It's actually something I try not to use too often in my videos because narcissism is a serious mental health concern, I guess. People could have narcissistic behaviors.
Just call it what it is. The majority of those people that run these anti-MLM pages, YouTube channels, Instagram accounts, or whatever, are former people who used to be in MLM and want to point fingers and blame the industry for their lack of success.
These people really don't like it when we find our own voice and disagree with the cult mentality that is often found in multi-level marketing companies.
But again, I'm not here to argue about the business model and something that clearly has worked for me, as I have personally earned over $5 million.
That's an income claim. And again, you're displaying your ignorance because that's against the FTC guidelines. You can't get on here and say that with multi-level marketing, you have made over $5 million. That is what is called an income claim. Have you ever heard of it?
I'll tell you the one super annoying thing that's actually, it's not even annoying. It's just downright insulting is this concept that people in network marketing are preying on women.
That eyeshadow is awful, by the way. And this is no shade to her about the eyeshadow. The shadow is awful. I've talked before, my makeup application process is treacherous. However, I do use good quality eyeshadow. I have multiple palettes that I pull from. I've never applied an eyeshadow from my current palettes that are of good quality and had it look like that, regardless of the color. There's no blending that happens with that color. It's rough. the whole time, yet she's selling that makeup. Oy.
The reason that statement just absolutely grinds my gears is because it's implying that women are stupid.
What? How did we get there? It's absolutely not. It very much preys on women. A lot of these multi-level marketing companies like Farmasi will look for women who are stay-at-home moms, military wives. Maybe they are empty nesters and they don't know what to do with their time now that their kids aren't around. Those are the main targets that these multi-level marketing companies go after. You don't see very many men getting targeted to join these multi-level marketing companies. Furthermore, the products that multi-level marketing companies utilize to pull people into their opportunity are geared toward women. Makeup, supplements for weight loss, hair products, cleaning products, all of the things that traditionally, I'm not saying now, I'm saying everybody in my house cleans, okay? I don't care what gender you identify as. We're cleaning. But traditionally, women are the ones doing the cleaning. So with all of these multi-level marketing companies gearing their products towards specifically women, please explain to me how it's not targeting women. It doesn't make us stupid as a whole. It just means that they are targeting women.
That women aren't smart enough to make their own decisions about what they're going to buy and where they're going to spend their money. Because as a leader, I can tell you that we are not looking for weak individuals that we feel are easily manipulated. That's actually the exact opposite of the type of person that I want to work with.
Not necessarily weak individuals that are easily manipulated, but you do go after women who stay at home with their children and while their husbands are out making a living. You go after military spouses. You go after empty nesters. You go after women who want to leave their job and be more present with their kids. It is targeted toward women.
Weak people don't build empires. They don't build teams. They don't build income. Weak people make excuses about why something can't be done. Follow me for any amount of time or you've ever actually worked directly with me, you know that I'm a very no BS kind of leader. I'm going to tell you exactly what it takes to be successful. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Doing your makeup on a TikTok, is that one of the things that makes you successful?
And I'm not going to pretend like everyone is making millions of dollars. Is it possible? Yes, absolutely. Have I helped people do it? Yes, I have. But you have to put in the work. And that's going to be the same in any sales role, whether you are selling low ticket items or you're selling high ticket real estate. So if you want to knock the business model, I don't care. Be my guest. No one is forcing you to be a part of network marketing or direct sales.
Farmasi's makeup is awful. Awful.
That's just my opinion.
She's a beautiful woman. Okay. And I'm not saying anything about her looks, but Farmasi's makeup quality, you can see that it is horrific. The blending of the eyeshadow is so bad. It doesn't even look like she tried to blend it. She probably did. I think we saw her try to blend it. The lip combo, it's a no for me, dog.
But please don't go around telling people that women are being manipulated because they're buying makeup from a network marketing company instead of giving their money to Ulta or Sephora.
They could also be buying their makeup anywhere else. The quality of makeup that comes to you from a multi-level marketing company is nowhere near the quality that you can get from Sephora or Ulta. They're not even comparable in my opinion. The quality is what they want. They're not out here buying makeup because they wanted to support Mary's trip to Mexico. They need makeup because as women, we wear makeup. It makes us feel pretty. It makes us feel creative. We want good quality makeup so we could feel pretty and creative, not like we have a lip combo that's made for somebody else's skin tone. Any Hoosiers? That's what we're dealing with today. This individual. She's lovely, I tell ya. I did find a training from her I figured would be fun to react to. And it's a DM strategy that builds teams without sounding salesy. Let's hear how she targets vulnerabilities of women in the DMs.
Tonight, we're going to talk about reach outs. And this is such an important, vital piece of your business. If you are not doing this, you are leaving so much money on the table. If you are waiting for people to come to you because you don't want to be weird, you don't want to be salesy, you don't want to be cringe, whatever the buzzword is this week, you're leaving money on the table. You are absolutely never going to build your business to what you're capable of doing if you don't learn to reach out and have conversations with people. So
I'm happy to see her lip combo isn't the same as it was a second ago, or the filter is different. Maybe she just doesn't have makeup on at all. She really is beautiful.
So we can't worry so much about what people are going to think. Everyone has their own lives going on. But you just have to know that if you are going to build your business, it is going to take you reaching out and connecting with people. Now, social media is a whole different ball of wax, and like that's a whole different training. And absolutely, let me adjust this a little bit. Absolutely, doing social media appropriately and learning how to be effective with social media makes those relationships come more naturally. And so when you do reach out to people, it doesn't feel as weird because they see you showing up, they see you connecting, they see you sharing value, they feel like they know you.
It's so bizarre to me, the relationship building thing. And I've brought this up in other videos, and I know that I also have some luxury salespeople that have commented on my videos before and explained the whole relationship thing. And it doesn't make sense to me at this level. For example, if you're working in luxury sales, I've brought up Birkin bags before. Maybe I'm trying to manifest one for myself. Anyway, if we're looking at things like Birkin bags or Rolls Royce, things like that, like big ticket luxury items that you need to sit down and have a conversation with somebody before you purchase. It makes sense to me. I get it. You need a relationship with your car salesman to an extent. You need a relationship with somebody you're giving $30,000 for a handbag. It makes sense. You're handing over tens of thousands of dollars at one time to buy one thing. When you're going to buy a lip kit for, I don't know, $20 to $50, you don't need a relationship. You just need a lip kit. It doesn't make sense to me that anybody in a multi-level marketing company selling these items that are not high ticket items needs a relationship before buying or selling it. There's no need for it. But maybe I'm part of the minority in the whole relationship piece of it, because I don't know. It's just, it feels so unnecessary for me. I'd rather spend my energy elsewhere than building a relationship over what mascara I'm going to purchase.
So let's see if I can do a screen share. I feel like it's been a minute since I've like actually hosted a Zoom. So, and they're always like changing things. It is going to be Canva.
Is she gonna full screen it? Hopefully, because most of them don't full screen it and it just sits there the whole time.
It's going to be Canva.
Oh, is she gonna
presentation?
present? Just hit present. Just hit it's right there. Yep, there you go, baby.
Thank you for bearing with my scatteredness. Okay. All right. I don't know if anyone else can relate, but okay. It's just been one of those days. I'm not going to lie. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about how to reach out to your warm market. So first of all, let's talk about who is your warm market, because we were talking a little bit about relationships and all of that. So your warm market is going to be anyone that is like engaging with you on social media, anyone that's like watching your stories. It's going to be friends. It's going to be family members. It's going to be acquaintances.
Oh, she really said that. She really said that your friends and family are your warm market. Your friends and family are not your warm market. They will never be your warm market. They shouldn't be sold to by you at all. At all. They know what you do for a living. You don't need to sell to them. They're your friends and family. Friends and family are there for the good, the bad, the ugly, not for your business. Not to better your business, not to grow your business. Sure, maybe they'll support you, but if they don't, they're your friends and family.
It's going to be people that you already have some sort of relationship with. It is absolutely not like random strangers on the internet. Now, I'm not saying that you can never have success reaching out to cold market. I've reached out and recruited people like that, but it was a little bit warm. It wasn't like completely cold. Okay. So I always encourage you to focus on your warm market. That's where you're going to yield the most results, because this is a relationship business. It's truly driven by relationship.
The only part of this business that is relationship driven is the recruitment part, because you have to figure out what vulnerabilities these people have that you could spin to make it sound like Farmasi is going to fix that vulnerability. Buying makeup does not require a relationship.
So we want to focus on your warm market. Now, why do you want to reach out? Because number one, if you don't reach out to them, someone else will. Okay. How many of you ever seen someone you wanted to reach out to join someone else? Not a good feeling. I could tell you that. All right. So just know that someone's going to introduce them to Farmasi. It may as well be you. You may as well be that person that they think of. You know, if they do, just even if they're not open to it right now, maybe they come around to it later and they're like, oh, you know what? Sonia reached out to me about that. So you want to make sure you're reaching out and being the messenger. It's like spreading the gospel, right? Like when you believe in what you have to offer, you're reaching out to share it because you like it. I mean, Can you imagine your life without this collection of lip products? Because I can't.
Because who needs that many lip products? Maybe get rid of the one that you put on in that TikTok, please, for the love of God. It's bad. And I have had my fair share of bad lip color. I've been on my channel with black lipstick before. That was a choice. I'm okay with saying I've messed up with my lips as well. Nobody needs that many lip products.
If anyone who's telling you like you can build a great business without ever reaching out and talking to people and asking them if they're open to looking at your business or your products, they're not being honest with you, or there's someone that has a much different type of demographic audience that cannot compare to, like regular average people like us. Okay. So are we good on that? Are you guys clear on why we need to do it? So let me just close this. Okay. So you can see this. Okay, great. So 3 rules for reach outs. Okay. Number 1 is staying postured. Number 2 is keeping it brief. And number 3 is like kind of being in a hurry. So posture is all about how you're holding yourself. When I say like we're staying postured, like yes, like you're upright, but postured means like you're calm and you're in control. You're not desperate. You're not needy. You're not, you're not like anxious and like feeling weird about it. Like you feel you're confident, right? We're not going to have a meltdown if they tell us no or if they ghost us. Like we're going to stay mature about it. And maybe that sounds like weird that I'm even saying that, but I've seen some like crazy DMs, like trust me. So you just want to make sure that you're staying postured. As long as you're postured, it's like no big deal, right? If they say no, they don't respond. It is a numbers game. It doesn't mean that people are numbers. It just means you have to talk to a lot of people to get people to respond and to get people to say yes.
So you're admitting that your conversion rate isn't great. How many people are they DMing before they get one yes?
You want to make sure that you're not letting it affect your confidence. You never know what other people have going on in their lives. How many of you have text messages or DMs that you need to respond to right now? Drop a 3 in the comments. And you just haven't gotten around to it because you've been busy and life has been lifing. Okay. So you want to stay postured. You want to keep it brief. Like we don't want to send a novel. Sometimes I'll send a voice note. I try to keep it under a minute. If I'm going to send a voice note, I really try my best to keep it under a minute, especially if it's someone that I have little connection with. Okay. So we want to keep it brief because usually when you keep it brief, you're much more likely to get a response. Okay, you don't want to take up too much of someone's time. And then I say be in a hurry. Like, hey, I'm just dropping in. Hey, I'm stepping into this meeting. Hey, I'm out running some errands. But I found that people just respect your time more when they know that you have things on your calendar.
So you're telling me that this individual is picking up her phone and being like, who am I going to message today? Just like the first message in their whole thread is,
hey, I'm about to run into a meeting, so I don't have much time, but can I talk to you about this?
like they're on your time from the get. What are you doing, lady? You're messaging them to ask them essentially for a favor. And you're like, I don't have a lot of time. I got to go into this meeting. Answer me now. Yuck.
You're not just sitting around waiting for them to respond to you. Okay. So it's a sales psychology thing. So those are the simple rules for your reach outs. And then we have a framework. So this is a framework that I built, and you want to cover these 5 things typically whenever you're reaching out to someone. Now, I am going to get into DM Genius and how to use it, but you need to understand that this is how I actually trained DM Genius. So we're going to talk about DM Genius and how to use the ChatGPT extension.
Oh my God, they're using all of the AI. They're not even actually typing out these messages.
But I need you to understand that all of these things that I'm telling you now is how I trained DM Genius. So it's programmed, okay, with my brain. All right. So number 1 is, why are you reaching out? Listen, some people are going to disagree with me, but I don't like doing the like, hey, let's catch up.
I respect that. I don't agree with it, but I can respect it. At least she's not trying to pretend like they're besties before she goes for the kill.
It feels disingenuous to me. I might say something like, hey, I know we haven't like talked in so long, and I have no idea what you've been doing since whatever your last business was or whatever you last knew them from. But I thought of you because XYZ, and I'm not sure if you're even open to network marketing at all. But I wanted to see if you might be, if you might want to check out what I'm doing. I wanted to see if you might be open to looking at what I'm doing.
And then it gets scammy. It's sleazy again. I gave her too much credit.
I have no idea what you've been doing because I didn't care until now because I want your money.
So we tell them why they're reaching out. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words a bit. Why we're reaching out. why we thought of them. I thought of you because of X. If there's any potential objection, and I use MLM a lot because I talk to a lot of people who used to be in MLM. So I might say something like, I'm not sure if you're even open to network marketing again. I'm not sure if like social selling is even on your like radar at all. I'm not sure if that ship has like completely sailed. Like I'll just put it out there. Carmen, I just recruited her recently. When I reached out to her, I knew her potential objection. She has a special needs son. I know because she shares that on social media. I know it's very like physically and emotionally draining. I know she did network marketing in the past, and I wasn't sure if she had the capacity to do it again because of her situation at home. And so I referenced that because it was something that I knew could potentially be an objection. So if you know something that is a potential objection, or they've previously voiced an objection and you're aware that it's an objection, it's always something that I like to slide in. Okay. It's just like, instead of having the elephant in the room, it's just like, this is what it is. I know that this might be a potential objection. So I'm just putting it out there. You want to see if they're open to more information. And then we want to give them an out. Like, hey, if not, no worries. Like, no big deal. If it's not something you're open to, it's okay. You can let me know. So it's very simple. It's why we're reaching out. It's why we thought of them. What's the potential objection? See if they're open to learning more and tell them it's okay to say no.
She gives them permission to say no because they needed your permission. But what happens when they do say no? Do you wait 3 months and then ask them again? Or are you of the mindset that a no is a no forever?
So like Carmen, I hadn't like really talked to her a lot like recently, like we just hadn't been closely in touch, but I didn't do this back and forth thing with her where I was like, hey girl, what you been up to? Like for me, that just is, if you want to talk about ick, that gives me the ick because I know what's coming. When someone starts doing that, I'm like, just tell me what you're pitching. Like, I don't care if you want to pitch me. Like, I'm used to being pitched. I'm in sales. Like, what do you got? Like, I might want it. I don't know. But don't pretend like you want to know like what's been going on in my life just so you can like later pitch me. I'd rather just get to the pitch and then say, hey, and I mean, I'd love to catch up. I know it's been forever since we've talked. Like, we should catch up sometime.
Again, I respect that, but just go ahead and leave the we should catch up out because you're not gonna, right? You're not really gonna sit down and catch up with this person unless it's about Farmasi, allegedly, and in my opinion.
That feels more genuine to me. Tell me how that feels in the chat. Let me just take a pause because my throat is getting a little scratchy from from all the talking. I'm trying to get to the chat roll. It's not letting me get to the chat roll. Carmen says, I respected the directness of your message to me. Yes, definitely more genuine. Listen, I told this one chick every now and then she'd pop in my inbox and she'd start using this like coachy, flowery language with me. Well, what made you want to do XYZ? And finally, I just was so annoyed with her. I just said, hey, you know, I'm like really good at like I've been doing this for a long time. I'm really good at picking up on like when there's a pitch coming. Like part of my neurodivergence is like I'm a direct communicator. So like if there's something you want to pitch me, like go ahead and pitch. If I'm misunderstanding, I said it much more eloquently. You know why? Because I use DM Genius. I said if I'm if I'm misunderstanding you, like please feel free to let me know.
She's just out here admitting that every message she sends, she runs through an AI first. Like she can't even fully formulate a whole message on her own. She needs AI to help her. We're cooked as a species. We're done.
But like I'm not open to coaching or anything like that. Like I knew what she was doing and it was annoying to me. Okay. So if you don't want to feel icky, then just don't do that. That's why you would feel icky, is because if you're reaching out to someone with like a hidden agenda, right? A hidden agenda. I don't like hidden agendas. Okay. So that's like an initial reach out.
I have a feeling she probably gets more recruits because she doesn't beat around the bush. She's just like, hey, join my team. We should catch up later. I'll give her that. At least she is really just telling these people why she's there. Even if she is using AI, at least she's including why she's there.
So I always like to start conversations when I'm following up with, I'll be like, hey, Jessica, I know the last time that we talked, you were really busy with planning XYZ festival. And, it looked like that was really amazing. If you're seeing their stuff on social media. I'm not sure if like you even have time in your schedule now, but I did want to follow up and see if you might still be open to checking out Farmasi. Like we have like a great weekend promo, or we have blah, 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 blah. Okay. So that's a really great way to follow up. And then what are you hoping to gain from the follow-up? Is it checking? Maybe you're just checking to see if they're still open. A lot of times that's what I'm doing, especially if there's been like a time lapse. If it has been a more recent communication, I might be like, hey, I'm not sure if you still wanted to get X, like whatever, lip plumper. But I did want to let you know we have a weekend promo. Now, one of my things that I like to do is I like to just, let me see if I have this in here. Do I have my good, do I have the visual? No. Yes, I do. Okay. I like to dangle a carrot. All right. I love to just dangle a carrot because if you give them too much information, a lot of times they won't respond.
So you're giving them just enough so they have to ask you questions. You're dangling a carrot like a little shit. I hate it. It's gross. It's my opinion and I'm allowed to have it. It's also interesting that she uses this carrot dangling with a legit, like she has a stuffed carrot and everything, because carrot dangling is actually something that legit narcissists do. And she called the anti-MLM community a bunch of narcissists, if you don't remember at the beginning of this video. So it's very ironic, ma'am, that you literally are dangling a carrot and talking about how you use this strategy to rope people into pharmacy.
So I'm going next week to Alabama to host an event with Carmen and Tara. And I worked with them years ago in my very first business. And I have a lot of old customers there from my first party plan days, like a lot of local people. And so a lot of people I'm reaching out to and I'm just saying like, hey, are you going to be in town next week? Like, I'm not saying, hey, oh my gosh, I'm going to be there, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm just giving like an opening. And what I'm hoping to gain from the message is for them to respond to me and either say yes or no. And so, and if they say, yes, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad because I'm actually going to be in town and I'm not sure if you're available on Friday evening at 6 p.m., but I'm doing a little pop-up pharmacy event with a couple of my girls there. And I'd love to see you. Okay, if they say no, which I have got a lot of people that are out of town because it's summer, people are traveling, they're going to the beach, they're going to Disney, which I don't know why you would do that. But
because it's summer vacation and they're making memories with their family and kids and friends. You sound like you lead a real dreadful life, ma'am.
some people are crazy. What can I say? Then I'm gonna put them on a follow-up list, or at least now it has opened the door for me to have a conversation with them and see if they might even just be open to checking out pharmacy without coming to my event and touching and tasting and feeling all the products. So is that helpful for you? Like those like little tips that I'm giving you, is like any of that helpful for like how to actually reach out to someone and follow up with someone in a way that like just feels natural and just like conversational, like we're just talking human to human, right? Okay, I'm just reading some comments. Yes, yes, yes. Small bits. Okay, small bits. Okay, hopefully you get some good takeaways from this. So DM Genius. Now I was very, very proud of this.
Oh my God, even the fucking logo is AI. I don't like generative AI. If you're new here, I hate generative AI.
Loathe entirely.
I believe AI has a place. I believe that at this point, it's hard to ignore it. And I do believe there is a time and a place for AI. I think that generative AI doesn't belong anywhere. There's no time, no place for generative AI. And she's using it to generate her messages and the graphic for the thing that generates the messages. She's just generative AI. She is generative AI, allegedly, and in my opinion. Anyway, let's get back into it.
It took me a couple of months to create this, to program it, to tweak it. I had never created AI technology before. I was like, wow, I'm like really proud of myself, but there was a little bit of a learning curve and I'm not a coder and things had to be done a certain way.
Now we have people who aren't even coders coding AI.
What a time to be alive.
But the reason that I did it was because I knew that you needed to have something in your pocket that you could use. Like I didn't need people like having to screenshot DMs and like I'd be like, hey, screenshot the DM and send me like so I can tell you what to say next. That's just I just couldn't. I was like, I can't. Okay. So what I did was I took all that information that I just shared with you and I programmed it. Well, it was a little bit more in depth than that, but I programmed it with guardrails. So it says certain things and it won't say other things, and it will write your DMs on demand and it will help you do reach outs and follow ups, and it will stop the overthinking. It will massively stop the overthinking. And there are still some times obviously I have been doing this for a long time. I'm very seasoned at it. I don't have to use it to do reach outs, but sometimes I get stumped. Like sometimes there might be a situation where I'm like, shit, this isn't flowing out properly, or I can't organize my thoughts, or maybe it's someone that I'm nervous about reaching out to. And so then I just use DM Genius to help me with figuring out what to say. Okay, so it's going to teach you how to respond like a professional. That means, again, what we talked about in the beginning, staying postured, like not over explaining, Okay. Keeping the conversation moving forward without chasing, and keeping you in power and in control of the conversation, and maintaining your personality.
This is my favorite part. It teaches you to keep your power and your personality. The robot is teaching a human their personality.
How the hell?
No words. Speechless. We've reached the speechless point of this video.
All right. So it has a programmed tone and voice that's human, it's conversational, it's confident.
The programmed tone and voice of this AI robot is human. How? Those are two different things. What are we doing?
It's calm and unbothered and detached from the outcome. And that's really what posture boils down to. It's like, I would love for you to work with me, but like, I'm going to be okay if you don't. Like, I'm not going to be over here like crying in the corner. You know what I mean? Because you know what? I'm just going to keep reaching out to more people, and I'm going to end up working with the people who want to work with me. It has direct short sentences and minimal fluff. No salesy language, no hype. Like, I really have put a lot of guardrails in place so it won't slip into like a desperate, pushy, all of the things that you freak out about because you feel like people are going to think.
She also had on there that it has no robotic scripts, but she gave it a script, and it's a robot. That's a robotic script. Are we in the Twilight Zone? Are we okay?
So that's it for the slides. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open up DM Genius here, and I'm going to make sure that you have it. So I'm going to pop it right here in the chat for those of you that don't have it. It is in boards. You can access it at any time. Sonia says the opening of it is where I struggle. So hopefully this is going to help. So if you don't already have Chat GPT, I don't know how you're breathing.
Wow. Just wow.
But if you do have it, just click this link. And then what you'll want to do when it opens is, you see how it says unpin? Like, you want to just click the thing where it says pin GPT. And then these are the things that I have pinned over here on the side. These are like custom GPTs that I purchased from someone, except for Brookie, which is another one that I programmed for post. So it sounds like me. But anyhow, that's a whole nother training. Okay. So DM Genius, this is going to write your DMs for you. And let's do some real life. Let me smooth this out of the way. Let's do some real life follow-ups. Okay. So I pulled some leads over here. All right, because this is how I'm tracking my leads. I had mentioned to you guys that I've been using Claude to track my leads.
What are these people going to do if AI ever goes away? They've literally built everything off of these AIs. They don't know how to do anything anymore.
Because I'm like very scattered and unorganized. So I just was like, hey, can you pull up some leads that I need to follow up with?
You could make this yourself in Google or even Excel. I wouldn't trust AI with a spreadsheet like this, ever. I'd have to do it myself and know what's going where. It might take me longer, but at least I know it's mine and I did it and I know how to find stuff and where it is. This, you don't know when AI is going to glitch. At least if I glitch, it's my fault. I know who to blame.
Okay, so this is Jacqueline Kate. What we know about her, she was one of my former team members, my last company. She reached out to me, said her leader had stopped working and she had no one actively supporting her. She reached out asking me about the Farmasi policy last month. I sent her a 10-minute overview video that same day.
Oh, she used to be in Monats, this one. She's just an MLM hopper. She hops around from everywhere.
Little buddy foo-foo hopping through the forest.
Follow-up angle, she's already motivated. Check to see if she's watched the video. Okay, so I'm just literally going to copy this because this is just me tracking my leads. Okay, I'm going to talk into the computer. Okay, so I need you to do a follow-up message for me. I'm actually going to paste the information about this person below, but this will be a follow-up, and it's for Farmasi, my pharmacy business. So the more information that you give, it always messes up. Farmasi.
Just go back. Wait a minute. You're not watching the screen. I'm going to explain to you what just happened. She did talk to text on her ChatGPT DM Genius extension. And when you say pharmacy, obviously it's putting pharmacy as it's spelled. PHARMACY. pharmacy. Like I'm a spelling bee. You can go back and edit what it types out for you. She did not go back and edit it. Instead, she added a sentence that said spelt pharmacy, Farmasi. Are we that lazy? That's just pure laziness at that point. It takes 2 seconds to go in and be like, this is supposed to be spelled like this. This is like, I know because I do it with my captions because I have to correct pharmacy and Sensi all the time. It's super quick. You could fix it yourself. We are relying entirely too much on AI.
The more information you give it, the better the outreach is going to be. Now, if you don't give it all of the information, it will say, hey, it will prompt you more questions because I programmed it that way. Because it's programmed generically, like anyone can use it for anything. Like my husband could use it for his real estate business. It says, based on the context you provided, here are 3 follow-up options with the same objective but different warmth levels. So we have neutral, we have warm, and we have extra warm. Now, sometimes I will take a piece from one of them and then a piece from another one, and I'll put them together. Sometimes I'll use it as a guide to send a voice note. Okay, so then I'll just talk, and I'm not reading, but I'll be like, okay, this is what it's telling me to say. And it'll just give me that confidence to be like, okay, let me just send the voice note. Because if you can use a voice note, I think people connect with that. Like people, it's just a good connection point. Okay, so the first one just says, hey, Jacqueline, hope you're doing well. You had reached out a little while back.
I wonder if Jacqueline is seeing this and how she feels about finding out that this is how her messages are going. Like she's not even really talking to this person. She's not even having a conversation with this person. She's having a conversation with AI. With a middleman. So now AI has a middleman. We're doomed.
About pharmacy, and I sent over the video. I just wanted to see if you had a chance to watch it yet. Since you came from on 8, I'm happy to answer any questions about how pharmacy compares or how the transition works. If you're open to chatting about it, I'd be glad to help. And if now isn't the right time, no pressure at all. I mean, I think that that's like a pretty like good follow-up. I'm acknowledging that she reached out. I'm circling back. I'm letting her, I already know what her, questions, objections are going to be, so we have context there. So I'm opening it up that way and then letting her know I'm open to chatting. And if it's not the right time, then that's okay. All right. So this is gonna word it like several different ways. So you could even say like, hey, you know what? My voice is a little less formal and more girlfriend to girlfriend. Can you give me a reply? It knows who I am, so I've just put my name in there so it knows who I'm talking about. See, absolutely. I can capture that more girlfriend to girlfriend vibe, casual, warm, and natural. I can't imitate it or write it in Brooke's exact voice, right? But this is going to be, this is probably more like how I would talk. Hey, totally meant to reach back out because I remembered you had asked me about pharmacy. Did you ever get a chance to watch that video? I'd love to know what stood out to you or if anything left you wondering. I'm always happy to share what I've learned and answer any questions. Is this helpful?
You're teaching them how to type things into AI. That's literally all you're teaching them. This is a waste of their time. They know how to ask questions, right? It's not rocket science.
Second one sounds way more like you, for sure.
So this is helpful.
I just ignored that one lady. Like, okay, so this is helpful.
Drop a 4 in the comments if this is helpful.
She totally ignored her. God, she just comes off as rude overall. And maybe that's just her demeanor. I definitely come off as a most people won't even walk up to me because of my RBF.
How do you explain resting bitch face to a robot?
So maybe that's just her demeanor and she could be a really nice person, but that's not the energy that this call is giving.
All right, so I'm going to move on to the next person. Okay, so this was someone who was a lead from the fitness challenge. Okay.
Oh my God. Wait a freaking second. She's poaching all her Monat people. She's openly displaying that she's poaching her old Monat team. She plays a risky game. Her follow-up list is displaying clearly how MLMs work and how leaders stay leaders from MLM to MLM because they moved to a different MLM. She was obviously in Monat before Farmasi. She moved to Farmasi and now she has a list of people that she connected with from Monat, whether they were on her team directly or indirectly, and she's reaching out to them to introduce Farmasi and ask if they want to join her team. This is what happens from MLM to MLM. They just hide it. She is waving it like a flag, a red one, but she's waving it.
So I'm going to say, okay, using the same tone, let's now do a follow-up message for this next person who was a lead from my health and fitness challenge We're currently in the middle of that challenge, so it's not available anymore, but it doesn't mean that she can't still buy products. So let's write a nice little follow-up based on the following information that I'm providing. She wanted to lose 15 pounds. Okay, that's the things that's, oh, and she had previously expressed interest in aloe. Okay, so it says, hey Denise, hope you're having a great week. I remembered our conversation about wanting to lose 15 pounds and it made me think of you. I know the challenge has already started, but if you're still looking for support, I'd love to help you. Okay, so maybe, okay, not gonna lie, that feels a little awkward opening with directly about specifically how much weight she wanted to lose. Maybe let's just shift that a little bit and ask her if she's still maybe I'm like, how do we say, are you still needing to lose weight without saying, are you still needing to lose weight?
This is not going well.
You're pitching her weight loss products. That alone would leave a bad taste in my mouth. Even if I talked to you previously about weight loss, when I'm ready, I'll reach out. You're pitching her weight loss products. Nobody wants to be reminded that they want to lose weight on a random Wednesday in their DMs. When she's ready, she'll reach out. This is where we start to take advantage of women. She's not stupid, but you're trying to take advantage of her.
Help me with this. I mean, in this situation, I think it's okay because she did come to me and said she wanted to lose weight.
I really disagree with that because she's not reaching back out to you.
But it does still feel a little awkward to me. But that's why, you could just tell it what you want to tell it and it can tweak it. I agree. The number makes it feel like you're keeping score. Okay. Okay, yeah, a little more generic. Hey Denise, was thinking about you today. I know we had talked a little while back about some of your health goals, and I just wanted to see how things have been going for you. Are you still working towards those goals? If so, I'd be happy to share a few things that have been helping others and see if any of it might be a good fit for you. Let's reference the aloe since she is already a warm lead. I might even say like, hey girl, I know you missed the challenge, but
This AI is giving her nothing she wants to work with, and it's so great.
I did still want to circle back because even though like the challenge isn't open anymore, I still think you're going to get some really great results with the products that we have based on, what you were telling me you needed help with. See, I didn't even need Damn Genius for that. Okay. Sometimes you just have to think it out.
Yeah, we're humans. We have brains. We have functioning brains. Let's not destroy that with AI. You don't need AI for every fucking thing you do. Make it stop. Stop the madness.
Okay. So this is actually what I want to say. I want to be like, hey girl, so, I know that you actually had missed the challenge, but I did want to circle back because even though it's not open anymore, I do still think you could get some really great results with the products that we have. Obviously, she's mentioned wanting to try aloe. And so I just wanted to circle back on that and see if she might still be open to checking it out. Whatever I said the first time was better, but I wasn't recording, so.
They know how to use AI. She is just wasting people's time. This is how you type into AI, and then they give you a response. Maybe you'll like it.
See, it's even telling me on my own, like I programmed it not to say circle back. So it's telling me we can't use that, which is fine. I'm just brain dumping. Hey girl, I know you ended up missing the challenge, but I still wanted to reach out because even though registration is closed, I really do think you could get some great results with the products we have. Also remembered you were curious about the aloe and wanted to see if that's something you're still open to checking out. If so, I'd be happy to answer any questions and help you figure out what would make the most sense for your goals. Boom. Okay. Mic drop.
Does she have sunburn? Why are we talking about aloe so much? What is this aloe? Their after sun aloe is sold out. So I'm assuming it's not that. They're drinking aloe. Okay. Okay. We're drinking aloe. I've heard of that before. But I mean, if you like it, bon appetit.
Our carrot drop, since I got my carrot over here somewhere. I think that was great. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being still like super nervous to 10 being like, I feel like so much better about this. How do you feel about doing reach outs and follow-ups since this call? Like since the things that I've been covering and showing you like how to actually use this. Remember, I'm reading the chat back. Remember, I am just brain dumping here. I'm processing out loud. Okay, so this is well, the link. You guys are asking about it. And as I explained earlier, this is not regular chat GPT. I actually programmed this. So
As a non-coder, she's programmed this chat GPT extension just for you. I used to code my Angel Fire website and put up cartoon dolls everywhere. Does that count?
Millennials.
it's programmed with all the things that we talked about earlier in the training. It keeps you postured, it keeps you from getting salesy, it keeps you from being desperate, it keeps you from doing all of those things that you worry about doing, and it keeps you calm and postured and confident. And it takes the overthinking out of things. Okay, so Connie says she feels she's a 7. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about reach outs now? 8. The worst thing that is going to happen is that someone like says no, or someone doesn't respond to you.
Or they could call you out for sending them a AI generated message.
Like that's like the worst. And I mean, I have people that are friends who don't respond to me. People I've known for years that don't respond to me. Sometimes they just have things going on.
If you've been friends for years and they don't respond to you about Farmasi, it's because they don't want to be a part of Farmasi. They just wanted to be a part of your life. They're your friend, not Farmasi's friend.
I have one girl, Natalie, and I always use her as an example. Like she's like a Brittany. Like she's someone that if I were to get her, I'd be like, you know what? I followed up with that chick for 7 years. And I was consistent. Even when she told me no, even when she said she's not open right now. If someone says they're not open right now, it doesn't mean they're not going to be open in 4, 5, 6 months. So just because they say like not right now doesn't mean no, never.
No, it means no. No is a no forever. If they want to do it, they will approach you. It shouldn't come to the point where they have to be hostile or get to the point of having to be like, hey, don't ask me that ever again. They said no. No is a complete sentence forever. You don't ask it again. It's no forever.
Forever.
Forever, ever, forever, ever.
Forever, ever. Leave them alone.
Now she says, hey, please don't ever message me again. And I'll be like, all right. But she's not going to do that. Like she's not going to say like, no, don't message me again. She might see my message and not reply, but I consistently check in with her every 6, 7, 8 months. Like, because
Why though? If you even know she's gonna say no because you've already been doing it for years and she keeps saying no, why keep asking her? She's probably so annoyed, but this poor girl is too nice to actually say, stop DMing me. And you know that.
I mean, I tried to recruit her in my last business too. Like she's a dream recruit. She's a farmer network marketing leader. She loves makeup. She's a girl mom. You know, she would be like she would be the perfect kind of person for this business. And she always has, you know, she had MLM burnout. She had a bad experience. I think her last company closed or something. And she just like had told me like, she just doesn't want to build an MLM anymore. Or at least in this season of her life. So I did reach out to her recently. So, you know, probably nearing like the holidays, or if something comes up on my feed that I see from her, you know, you never know, something could shift, but maybe probably closer to the holidays, I'll reach out to her again, you know, just touch base. Hey, like if you're ever
Just don't, ma'am. Just don't. Don't reach out to her again, ever. She's said no so many times. Leave her alone, especially around the holidays.
Open. I'd love to share Farmasi with you. So when you can shift how you feel about the DMs and start doing the reach outs, it's going to make a huge difference in your business. I'm telling you, like I wouldn't have the enrollments that I do if it wasn't for me, like proactively reaching out to people. You know, when someone's watching your stories, if you go on your page right now, all you have to do is open up your page and see who's watching. I don't have a lot of viewers right now, but you know what? I have more viewers on my, I always have more viewers on my Facebook. So I might go and see like this girl. I've reached out to her so many times. She's in Germany. I was telling her about us opening in Germany. And she didn't respond to my last 1, 2, 3, 4 messages. But bitch is still watching.
She doesn't owe you anything because she's watching your publicly posted Facebook story. She owes you zip nada. Leave her alone. She didn't respond to your last 4 messages, but bitch is still watching because she thinks you're crazy probably. She's like, check out this crazy American bitch. She won't leave me alone.
Sorry. I'm like, okay. So, you know, I reached out to her last on June 3rd. So maybe I'll circle back, you know.
No, don't. You just look like a fool. You look like an idiot.
Soon, but I'm just saying, go to your stories and see who's watching. This one lady responds to me, and we had talked about some products in the past, and I never closed her. In June, I said, I know it's been a minute. Are you still open to trying Farmasi? She responds, "Hi, hi Brooke, how's life in Florida? I enjoy watching your feed, your lives, etc. I'm sure there will be something at some point that I must have, if you know what I mean." So basically she's saying, I don't need anything right now, but I'm sure at some point, I'm gonna buy something.
No, that's not what she said. Basically, what she was saying is, I'm too nice to say no, so I'm gonna sugarcoat it for you. Sometimes people are just trying to be nice.
So I just responded back and said, I'm texting you from the pool, so life is good. Thanks for your message and have an amazing day. And she still watches my stuff every single day.
Oh, how dare her?
So the people who are watching your stories are going to be your most hot leads.
No, they're not. I've said this before, and I don't know how many other people this happens to, but almost once a day, I will be going through and doom scrolling, watching stories, and then my son needs something, and I put my phone down and forget stories are on, and it just goes through stories for hours sometimes, till my phone dies even.
Because they're in your business.
No, they're not. They're in your business. You're posting it publicly on your stories.
They're watching your stuff. One of my favorite things to do for people like that is sometimes I'll send the little eyeball emojis. You know what I mean? Hey, I see you. Or I might.
Ew, creepy. I'm gonna go watch her stories to see what she does. Will I get eyeball? Will I be coerced to join her team?
Just be hi, like Bianca does, and see if I can get them to respond. Or I'll just say, hey, are you open to checking out Farmasi? I'm just very direct. Sometimes they see it and they don't respond. That's okay. But again, they keep watching. They keep watching. So,
Oy, she's kind of insufferable, no? In my opinion. Anyway, keep watching stories and not replying to MLM huns. Thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.
Really remind me of narcissists who are constantly just picking apart your content and trying to use gotcha moves.
Gotcha.